Welcome to Booked! We are back with the 5th episode of the Mages of the Wheel series by J.D. Evans, and we are covering Ice and Ivy.
Yes. Great book overall.
Yeah.
I think we can just jump right into our initial thoughts.
These are spoiler-free.
It's spoiler-free.
I'll start.
Okay.
I absolutely love this one.
Yeah.
It was my second 5-star. I'm just gonna say it. Grumpy Sunshine. Love a Grumpy Sunshine book, and this one fits the bill for that. So if you like that, this is the book.
It's 100% Grumpy Sunshine.
Yeah.
Some of them don't. Sometimes a Grumpy Sunshine's like too much, but this was like the right amount.
Yeah.
Because you can tell from a Sean's point of view that, like, yes, he's grumpy, but he's like, shoot, I shouldn't have been like that mean. Like, oh,
yeah.
that was really mean. I shouldn't have been that mean. Or
yeah,
whatever.
you can tell like his kind of point of view is like, damn, why was I? Why did I do that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because he's scared. He gets scared sometimes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I thought it was I agree, really cute story. A lot of found family in this one as well. I know we had I feel like there's more found family in this one than there is in Siren and Scion. Because yes, technically found family, but we weren't part of Amara's story of meeting Jar, meeting Kaya and her brother. Like, we weren't part of that. They were already a family when we met them. Versus in this one, we're part of like the growth of seeing that found family come together.
Yeah.
It was so cute.
It was cute.
I really enjoyed it. Yeah, I definitely inhaled this book because I just wanted to know all the secrets. I found myself highlighting a bunch, especially because we read Wind and Wildfire first. So I was like, I'm coming in with so much knowledge. Like, what's gonna happen? Like, how are we gonna get here? So yeah,
I agree.
Overall, loved it. Okay, now book what it was in summary. So essentially, again, as we know, Ice and Ivy, we're now at the stage where we're trying to find the next Chara for the creation mages.
Yes.
So I think 6th house, right? They're the 6th, or they're 3rd.
They're 3rd.
The 3rd house mages, creation mages, who have supposedly been wiped out. They don't exist anymore.
Even though I still think 1st house should be creation if 6th house is destruction.
Yeah, destruction. Yeah, I don't know.
I don't know the thoughts on that one, but I'm still salty.
Maybe we're thinking about the crossover run. I don't know.
Oh yeah, maybe so.
I don't know. But yeah, so essentially we actually start the book with a Kadir POV, which I despise.
Shocking.
Yeah, but we learn that he owes a life debt, which is interesting because, we learn that he almost died and that Nessa's mom, or Nessa's dad and brother and her kind of saved his life.
Yeah.
So they owed a life debt. So to pay that life debt, Kadir's like, all right, let me just do some conniving and like fake out that, oh yeah, I will marry off this lord to the Lord of Mizra, who's there and has a daughter. But really, the Lord of Mizra, Badarki or whatever, I think that Badarki, something like that.
Yeah.
Doesn't have any daughters.
No.
And so he's like, Kadir's like, oh yeah, I can sell off Nessa's sister as the daughter.
Yeah.
Come to find out, it just feels like, again, it's very much like soulmates without the title soulmates.
Yes.
Because as Sean comes in, he's like, no, I'm gonna marry her. And then here we are, Nessa takes the place of her sister.
Yeah.
And then it's kind of like going through the story of Nessa coming to Tamar. Yes.
Yeah.
Nessa coming to Tamar and living at the palace when she's been a farm girl her whole life.
Yeah. She lives on a farm.
Mizra is the only place that doesn't have the blight is not affected in Mizra, where she's from. And then she comes to Tamar to live with her fiance. And
I think it's interesting because, like, well, I guess we can talk about this a little bit further down. But when she does come in, Naime is a little bit suspicious of her. She's kind of like, why is she so close to Kadir? Yes. Yeah, like, what's going on with that?
Yes.
So, like, she's kind of like suspicious of her.
Yeah, because which is valid because she is suspicious because she does she does talk to Kadir, like, you need to, like, he tries to make a pact with Nesra and Nessa
Yeah.
about, like, oh yeah, like, you help me, I'll help you.
Yeah.
Your secret's safe with me, because then it's gonna look like when Kadir rats her out, like, you're not the daughter of Badarki.
Yeah.
It's gonna look like her fault and not Kadir's fault when it was all along.
Yeah.
His fault.
Because Kadir's manipulative and can play the game.
Yeah.
And she cannot. She's just a farm girl.
She's a farm girl.
Just a girl.
I'm just a girl. She is just a girl.
She is just a girl.
But oh, I love her so much.
I know.
Speaking of
Going into her.
What were your thoughts?
Absolute, like, sunshine. Like, genuinely. Like, she's so full of sunshine. She's nice to everyone.
Even if they're mean to her.
Yep.
Yeah.
Sweet to a fault. Brings out the best in most people besides Kadir.
Yeah.
Like, and I love her. Yeah.
Yeah.
I put in here, there's a scene where she's battling to save the woman and her kids and gets whipped. Love that scene.
I literally, like, shed a tear.
Yeah.
I was like, she's sunshine to a fault.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Like, she was willing to put her life on the line for people that she didn't even know, because that's just who she is.
Yeah.
She's just sweet.
She takes care of everyone else before herself.
She's such a sweetie.
She is.
I love her.
Yeah, I just loved, I said the same thing. Sweet, wholesome girl. With some bite, though, we've learned, like, she has a little sass.
Yeah.
That she shows with, like, her family and a little bit with Ashawn.
Yeah.
That we get to see a little.
Yeah.
Which is kind of fun. Kills her with kindness, I think, is a way to describe what she does with everyone around her who's kind of mean to her. And then as we learn throughout, she's the third mage.
Creation mage. Yeah.
But what's so interesting, like, the whole time is, she is very, very skinny, because she takes care of everyone else before herself.
Mm-hmm.
So she gives her family more food, so she doesn't eat. So then her power is, like, all of the power she has is probably being used internally to keep her alive.
Yeah.
Rather than her learning how to use and know she has power, because she's been like that her entire life. But she's, fought with hunger, which is really sad. And so
I'm gonna be honest, I didn't really realize that she was the creation mage. I had, like, and I don't know what type of mage I thought she was, but creation was not it for some reason.
Really?
I don't know why I thought that. However, I have a note here that, like, I knew, because, like, we learn she's a farm girl, so she's really good at, like, bringing plants back to life and nurturing things and taking care of them. And I knew she'd bring back the fig tree. It's, like, the first thing she notices when she's in the palace.
Right.
She, like, notices that it's dead, and she goes out there.
Yeah.
And it's, like, also the place where she feels, like, comfortable, I think. And so she's, like, there and trying to say, I think she even asks Ishan, how long has this thing been dead?
Yeah.
And he, like, kind of explains it to her. But yeah, I didn't put those two things together, though, early on.
Yeah.
That she was the creation mage.
I had an inkling when they were like, well, she was like, oh, well, I don't eat a lot because everyone else. I'm like, okay, that sounds like something that, you wouldn't be able to show your powers. And then when we learned that Mizra is the only place that the blight has not affected.
I didn't even think about that until you just mentioned it.
Really? I was like,
yeah.
Not affected, say. And then it becomes really clear when Nessa moves to the palace, and then come to find out that her Mizra now, the blight has shown up.
Yeah.
In Mizra.
And because she's left. Crazy. I did not even put those things together.
Yeah. Or, like, what about, like, there were so many, like, little tiny things. She's literally like Snow White.
Yes.
She is. She's Snow White.
Yes.
Yeah.
Totally.
Because, like, I remember in, like, Ashawn's, not his room at the palace, but his, like
home.
Yeah, his home.
Like town home.
In the city. Yeah, town home. I think Ashawn or someone comments, like, there's so many more butterflies. Like, there's more creatures around that there were not before. Like, it was very, I feel like
subtle.
is very subtle. Again, same thing that she did with, like, Simo, dropping that stuff. Like, it's very subtle.
Like, if you skim, you miss it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is not a skimmer for sure.
No, I agree. Moving on to Ishan.
Yes.
What did you think?
Oh, I was like, again, it's like he's a grumpy, but it feels like he doesn't mean to be, especially with, I think with specific people. He doesn't need to be. Really interesting to learn how his power manifested and changed, though.
Yeah.
That, like, he was obviously a water mage, but something happened. His body, like, went into shock almost, and to protect himself, it turned into ice. So it's really cool that, I mean, it sucks that he has nightmares and stuff, but I found it really cute when Nessa would come and, like, you know, help him sleep. I love those kind of scenes.
Yeah.
They can finally have a good night's rest when they sleep in the same bed or, like, next to each other.
I put on here, said, in the words of my Lord and Savior Cassian, Lord of Bloodshed, Nessa kept reaching out her hand.
Yeah.
And, like, he deserved that. Like, he needed someone who was just going to keep trying.
Yeah.
Because it just pushes people away constantly.
Yeah.
And she was like, fuck that.
You're not going to do
No.
that. Especially if I'm marrying you can't push me away.
Exactly. You need to talk to me. So, yeah, Sean really does have trauma. Essentially, like, he was burnt alive.
Yeah.
And, like, we learned that. And so he's traumatized.
Yeah.
And
hates fire.
And I love,
technically doesn't have his, I think every mage's home has a, like, shrine to the opposite on the wheel to them. So technically he's supposed to have a, like a fire in his little thing, and he does not have it lit. And it's like a bad omen to walk into a home when you don't have something like that.
Interesting.
Yeah. You know, at the end he's like, we can light it. I think that's
yeah. You know, and Sean, he's, like, noble. Like, I think it's really interesting to have Nessa, a cute little poor farm girl who has no idea how, like, nobility works, to just come in and, like, just bring life back to this, like, traumatized noble boy.
I think she was a breath of fresh air to him.
Yes.
I think
I loved them.
Yeah, they were really cute.
And, like, you mentioned, like, the sleeping scenes where, like, they just, and I mean, that goes into spice and tension, but, like, she just always, like, he would be, I think what had happened is she would stay in her room and she'd wake up because, like, ice would start coming through her door.
Yeah.
And, like, she tried to go help him. And, like, the first few times he was like, no.
Mm-hmm.
Because what's her name helped him.
Oh, he had a mage that would kind of like a helper, like a...
Yeah.
Who also was part of the Found family.
Exactly.
Used to be the cook.
Yes.
Before Nessa came in.
Yes.
Took that over.
And then, but yeah, and then eventually when she does go in there and he, like, what did I put? When she finally gets into his room and he's having a nightmare and freezing everything, she stays with him even though she's, like, frozen and cold.
Yeah.
Loved it.
So cute. Ugh. Yeah, no, I think it was really cool to learn more about his relationship with Omar and Delay, because it seemed like, which kind of sucks, which again, you know, Sean's dad, we learn, is Omar's brother. But he passes away because poisoned, which is why Sean, you know, gets hurt in the first place, because he goes looking for evidence to prove that Kadir did it, and then he gets, you know, trapped and stuck.
Exactly.
But Omar and Delay, it seems like, kind of became
his parents.
Like, we're like aunt and uncle, but really, really, really close to them. Yeah. Which I found really interesting.
Well, and we learn in this book that Omar unfortunately leaves us. Yeah. And so, like, Ishan is affected by that, and he's, like, upset, and we get to, I think we just learned, like, how Delay and Omar were, like, essentially his adopted parents, even though we're his aunt and uncle, like, they raised him. Mm-hmm. He learned, like, right and wrong from them.
Yeah. I think, closer than you would expect an aunt, a nephew to be to an aunt and uncle, for sure. But, I think, what else did I say anything else about him? She never gave up. Always trying to push people away, but Nessa never gave up. Yeah. Definitely. As you mentioned. But I loved, like, going into, like, some of the Found family stuff, like, Nessa just coming in and cooking for them. And it was really cool, like, so we have Rayhan?
Rayhan.
I think I said Rayhan. This basically
her
Nessa's steward that is kind of working under Kadir because she has to, as we learn. But it was so fun seeing her open up and like, you can't do this anywhere else, but it's fine, you can do it here. Like,
Yeah.
You can't do this anywhere else. You are a noble, you are going to be a princess.
She's kind of a bitch to start, and
Oh,
you're just
100%.
like, girl, get out of here.
Yeah, but she opens up,
Yeah.
which I loved seeing that happen.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, but like cooking, I think one of my favorite scenes was like the flower scene where he's just like around when she's cooking breakfast. I was like, so adorable.
He like just kind of like leans up against the wall, or like I pictured him like just sitting
Watching
there,
her.
arms crossed, like against the cabinets or something, just watching her.
Watching her cook.
Yeah, because
in
he's
her
not
element.
used to that, and she is used to that. Again, it's so like she is a creation mage. Like
She's
she
a
just
caretaker.
nurtures everything back to life.
Yeah,
just like she did with Vishan.
And yes, oh my god,
100%.
100%. Yeah, it's just, yeah, sleeping together, you know, it's like a scene where it's like, okay, you stay on that side, I stay on this side. And oh no, you woke up with your head on a chest. Oh, bummer.
Bummer.
Whatever will you do?
Yeah. And then you put it here.
Yeah.
Just go for that one.
Oh yeah, so they're, you know, have a little makeout session with the flower
Ugh.
on the counter, beautiful. And Nessa's like, such big assumptions. And then Ishan says, no one has ever complimented my assumptions before. It was just like really fun banter.
Yeah.
And, like tension.
She's
witty.
She is witty, and like the banter isn't like her being like sassy necessarily,
No.
but like
witty.
Yeah, witty. Just being like, first of all, lose your attitude with me.
Yeah.
Because I'm not gonna put up with that.
No, you're right. She wasn't really sassy.
Mm-mm. She never like, I feel, and maybe it's because she just realized from like he was traumatized or something, but she never like put him down in any like, where like I feel like in Storm and Shield, like the banter was kind of like they were going back and forth and kind of biting at each other a bit.
Yes.
She never bites at him.
No.
She's just kind of like,
And she sees him.
Mhm.
Like I feel like I remember like one of the first scenes where they meet. Like I think Ashan's like, I'm waiting to see her reaction to seeing my scars. Like everyone always makes a face or stares too long at them, and she didn't. She just stared at him in his eyes or whatever.
yeah,
Because again, she's a farm girl. She sees accidents. Her people from home they're not doing well.
They're not noble.
No, and they're not noble.
And that's the thing. That's the problem with Ishan is he's noble, or he's around the nobility,
Yeah.
and they're all like perfect and pristine.
Yeah.
And he feels out of place. And she was just, she treated him like he was just like everybody else.
Everyone else, yeah.
Loved it.
Beautiful. Yeah, honestly, I put it on here. Wish we got more spice. If this had more spice, I would have enjoyed it. I mean, not necessarily spice, but more like tension. Like I would have been. I like where it was, but I wouldn't have been mad with more. Because like the last scene where they just kept getting like cut off on what they wanted to do. Like they wanted to hang out and like, do stuff, but family kept coming in, or like, they just kept getting interrupted.
Yes. Yeah.
Like,
I could see that. I could see more tension. It would be nice to maybe have like a little like bonus chapter of like tension and spice between them. For sure.
Yeah.
I agree.
Yeah.
But you mentioned the found family. This is very much a found family book.
Yeah.
Cuzzy, our fave.
Oh, Cuzzy.
He's so sweet.
He's so sweet.
I imagined him being like, I don't know, like 17, 18.
I think that's how old he is.
Okay.
Yeah, he's like a teen. I mean, I can't remember.
Yeah, but I
that's
envision
how I
him
felt,
young.
Yeah.
And he can't speak, so
Nope.
he does like sign language.
Yep.
And he teaches Nessa.
Yeah, because Nessa's like, I want to learn.
Mm-hmm.
And I think Ashan's like, no one's ever asked to do that before.
Yeah.
No one's ever wanted to learn
His language.
And as we learn, thank God she did, because Kadir, being as blindsided as he was, didn't see that she could speak and say what was going on without being hurt by the bracelets that she was wearing.
Yeah.
Because she couldn't write it, she couldn't speak it,
But she could sign it.
but she could sign it.
Loved it.
Because he didn't think about that. I was like, damn, that's good.
Yeah.
I love, so Cuzzy is Ashan's steward, basically.
Mm-hmm.
And I loved all the scenes where, like, Ashan's, like, kind of, like, annoyed with Cuzzy, or, like, you know, because he's a little clumsy. All right.
Yeah.
He's a little awkward and like he stumbles.
He's a growing boy.
He's a growing boy. Yeah, exactly. But I like the scenes where Sean's like, oh God, he's stumbling, and like Isel and Bashir are in the room, and you know Isel and Bashir are making like a weird face or looking at each other, and Sean's like, only I can be like, oh, cuzzy. They're not allowed to be like, why is this his steward? You know?
Yeah.
Which I thought, again, it's like found family. Like it's like you're like having siblings. Like only I get to make fun of you.
It's interesting that his steward is got something wrong with him. You know, because Ishan himself feels like there's something wrong with him.
He feels like an outsider.
Yeah. So he takes in like the outsiders. I feel like I love it.
I can see that.
Yeah.
Absolutely. I also just want to shout out Cuzzy and his crush on Kaya.
Yeah.
I love that so much. Him slouching over.
So cute.
Yeah. I love that Cuzzy like has a little crush on Kaya.
Yeah.
And you can see it in the writing.
Yeah.
And, you know, Cuzzy's like bored, waiting for Sean to finish something up, like falling asleep, and then Kaya walks in. He's like, oh.
I know. I think like there's even like a line in there like his eyes light up or something like that, and you just know. You're just like, oh, okay.
I know.
He likes this girl.
I want a novella.
Yes.
Give me a novella.
Give us some Cuzzy spin-offs.
Actually, I would love that so much.
Honestly, and not just Cuzzy, but even Isel's. Is it Isel? Yeah, Isel.
Isel's brother.
Yes.
Oh my god. And yes.
Yep.
Yes.
I want to spin off of that.
I want that so bad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Agreed.
We did talk about Rayhan a little bit. You know, we get a little bit more from Naime and Makram knowing that Omar passes away. We get some of that from Naime.
Yeah.
You put in here, Makram is missing.
Yeah.
But Nessa did see him.
Yep, I wrote that.
Yeah.
See him in her mind once she broke the binds.
Yes.
Which was cool.
Yeah, that's interesting. That was like a new development.
Yeah.
With the Charas that we didn't really know before, that we kind of assumed they were connected.
Yeah.
That just confirms it.
Yeah, that was like more connected than we thought they would be.
Yes.
Probably. We're like, yeah, they're probably like all connected in some way. Like, you know, Isol being like, I can't turn away from, for some reason, like I'm interested in Simo. Like I can't turn around, like I'm interested, like I should leave, but I don't want to.
Yes.
Because they're connected.
Yes.
As we learn at the end.
Yeah. Yeah, but no, that's interesting.
Yeah.
Don't get me started on Simo.
Daddy's little helper.
I want to like him so bad.
I know.
And I do, and I don't.
I know. It makes more, but the scene, if you remember Siren and Sion, when Kadir's like, you know, risen up Amara and like, here's this bracelet, put this on. We learn, I feel like, and then Simo drunk goes over and burns it off of her, like, you don't deserve my mother's bracelets.
Yeah.
But again, I think that's because I wonder if that bracelet was charmed or something.
I think it was.
And Simo, in his own twisted way, saved her.
Yeah.
With burning the other bracelet she had.
And without probably speaking about what his dad was doing, because I'm sure that he's affected by that as well.
Yeah.
He burns it off of Amara by coming up with the story by saying, you don't deserve my mother's bracelet.
Yeah.
That's how I took it.
Oh, I agree. I also like we learn, like, I agree. I want to like him so bad. And it's interesting that, like, even Ashan's, like, you know, I think he, like, ever since, you know, whatever day that, like, he speaks in riddles. Because he can't actually.
Because we learn he's got his
He has
own.
a ring.
Yeah. Charmed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So his dad has basically cursed him.
Muzzling him
where he can't speak about certain things.
Yeah. I know.
Like, I feel so bad for Simo. Screw Kadir. I don't feel bad for him, besides the one scene.
There's one scene in the book that, and I mean, that's kind of the next part is kind of villains.
Yeah.
It's always Kadir. We always know who the villain is. It's always going to be Kadir.
Even if it's someone else is chasing them, it's because of Kadir.
Yep.
Like,
it always comes back to him.
Mm-hmm.
He's learned he's unbalanced.
Yeah, no surprise.
Yeah. We're not surprised. He is unbalanced.
Because he owes a life debt and he hasn't paid it off.
Yeah.
I think that's why he's unbalanced.
And, like, the charming bracelets, I think, are interesting because we learn in Well, I think it was Storm and Shield as well, that like he was charming things, like because something blew up on Isol.
The doorknob
Yes.
or whatever. Yeah,
And-
that's illegal magic.
Yes,
Mhm.
and now he's got these bracelets and like these rings and stuff.
It's like dark magic.
Illegal.
Yeah.
Like not normal.
Yeah. And again, I feel like Simo tried to warn. In one scene, I remember vividly, like, Simo's like, oh yeah, you know when you would come into my dad's office when we were kids and you'd see pears that were rotten? You wanted it, but you couldn't have it. Like, he just would say random stuff.
Mhm.
But I have a feeling, I think we've talked about it was like kind of like word marks almost. I don't know what they're called, like symbols.
Yeah.
And he was probably doing testing on the pears to see, like, it would rot when another pear right next to it was totally fine. I remember there's this, like, one little random thing
Yeah.
where, again, Simo's trying his best.
I mean, and that, you know, that is one of my hot takes,
Yeah.
is Kadir is responsible for the blight taking over.
Mm-hmm.
That's why the pears are rotting, like, and maybe that was Seamel's way of saying, like, there's a reason that this is happening.
That's good. I wonder, yeah, I could see that happening.
And, like,
I wonder if he profits off of it.
Well, yeah, because everyone has to come to Tamar for, like, fresh food. That's why.
Well, they'd come from Mizra. The food comes from Mizra.
The Mizra
But
comes, yeah.
because Lord Badarki or whatever is wrapped around Kadir's finger,
Mm-hmm.
then there's the benefit.
But that's also why there's, like, the people in the streets are, like, kind of, like, trying to steal
Yeah.
from the people bringing food in because everywhere else is running out of food.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Ugh.
Yeah.
Weird. Gross.
Kadir sucks. Like, we learn also that, you know, Lord Badarki is not Lord Badarki. He's actually Seamel's dad.
Mhm.
So as we've learned. Surprise!
Which we
And-
all kind of knew.
Yeah, we kind of pieced that together.
Mm-hmm.
And I think his mom's just dead, probably. That's my guess.
His mom
So
is
sad.
his mom is the woman that was promised to
Omar.
Well, yeah, but then Omar put it on to Kadir. Yeah. And she was having an affair with.
Yes.
Yep.
Having an affair, but they made it, I don't know how, but they made it look like, I mean, I think they just got lucky that Simo came out as the Firehouse Chara.
Right.
So then he could pull off that it was his son, because
Exactly.
Kadir's a fire mage.
Yeah.
But there were 2 earth mages who had Simo.
Yeah.
Oh, I feel so bad. It's such a terrible.
Poor
Simo's just
Simo.
going through it, but
Abused.
But
I
also-
called it in the first book. Something's going wrong with him.
I'm just so torn because at one point I thought, you know, we're at the end of the book. They're Kadir and Simo are like standing trial, and I'm pretty sure Nessa broke off her bracelet, and I thought she broke Simo's.
I thought
Do
she
you
broke
know?
his ring.
She broke
Yeah.
his ring.
Yeah.
But then standing in trial, he doesn't fend for himself.
But you have to think about it too. Like, he's been raised like this specific way. How long has Kadir been like muzzling him and controlling him? He made it like, it's almost like
He doesn't know anything
like
else.
Stockholm syndrome, you know,
Mhm.
like you start to like and love your captor, so to
Mhm.
speak.
Mhm.
Like, I think his dad, I mean, to him, that's his dad. I feel like
Yeah.
that's the person who's raised him. That's who he's learned from. And I think he wants to be good, but like, he's just been bad for so long.
Yeah, like I was hoping that one scene was like, Simo, do you have anything to say? I was like, come on, stand up against your dad. He's like, I stand with my father. I'm like, oh my god.
Maybe he's scared of his dad too. Like, his
Oh,
dad
yeah.
is just stronger than him, but
He's probably got some other dirt on him, I'm
Yeah.
assuming.
Yeah.
Not just the ring.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. But yeah, as we've learned, yeah, the one scene that I was like, okay, Kadir, maybe you do have a heart, was once Omar passes away, Ishan actually spots Kadir on the roof where we learned in Wooded Wildfire is where Omar and Kadir would hang out on the roof and like drink.
Mm-hmm.
Just, you know,
Just
hang
be boys.
out, be boys, hang out, stargaze together.
Yeah.
And Kadir was out there by himself drinking, looking out, because that's the spot he and Omar would go to, and Omar's dead now,
Yeah.
passed away.
And I think, like, it does suck. Like, Omar was his bestie. I think he did love him.
Yeah,
He did, like,
in a sick and twisted way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he's just fucked up. His dad fucked him up.
But he could have ended the cycle,
He
and he didn't.
He didn't. He chose not to.
He chose.
So that's why we hate him.
Yeah. That one scene, I was like, oh man.
Yeah.
I felt for him there, for sure.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
It was sad. Because I think I put in here, like, there's a fine line between love and hate.
Oh, yeah.
Because he loved Delay. He loved Omar. But he hates Naime.
Hates Naime.
And I think he ultimately kind of, I don't think he hated Delay. Even though, like, he resented them for being together and, like, blamed them.
Yeah.
Like, even when Delay died, there was, like, reference that he, like, mourned. So.
Yeah. Yeah, in the first book.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, Kadir. But as we learn, no happy ending. Why would there be a happy ending in this? You know, why would, oh yay, bad guy's gone.
Yeah.
Woohoo. No, that doesn't happen.
No.
Goddamn Samira. I was so peeved. I was like, why'd you have to let Kadir out too? Why not just
Honestly,
Simul?
why? Yeah. Maybe because she knew Simul was going to let Kadir out. She probably knew. She knows him. She loves him. That's her man.
That is her man.
But also, she's manipulated. Like,
oh, yeah.
And not necessarily manipulated. I think she just loves him so much that she just has rose-colored glasses on. Like, she just can't see that he needs to be there.
Yeah, well, maybe not Simul, but Kadir does for sure. I think
Simul has not done great things.
But again, he had the ring. He had a ring on the entire time he was doing those things. I don't know. I don't want him to be in jail. I want there to be an arc. Well, there has to be.
Well, you know what? They're not in jail. They're on the run.
Yeah, they're on the run. Samira let him out, and Samira took his place. So Samira's in jail. She's in a cell. So she let out.
But she knows Naime's not going to keep her there.
I don't know. Naime did come down and was like, what the fuck did you just do? What did you just do? I think it's like one.
Well, yeah, but I mean, if you did something dumb, I'd be like, what the fuck did you just do? Come on.
Yeah.
I'm not going to leave you in prison.
But for letting out the bad guy, the guy that has ruined everything, I don't know. I'm sure she's going to try and get her out, but I don't know how well it will work.
I like Samira though.
I do too, but I also think Naime is going to think about this strategically.
Yeah.
What would it look like if she pulls her favorite steward out of prison? She's gonna have to do it anytime someone asks. Like I think that's the thing with Naime is that there are no every decision she makes has a consequence.
Yeah.
Because she's the princess / now, hopefully the Sultana.
Yeah.
So.
I mean, I think we'll probably see that in the next book. We have to. That drama.
Yeah.
Because it's going to be drama.
Oh, God. Yeah, what's the next one called again? Let's look. Oh, yeah, and there's also a scene with Nessa meeting the Earth Chara mage who's, like, under Poppy, like, drugged up because, where, like, essentially the black market was abusing him and drugging him, and he's not doing well.
No.
But it seems like she's able to help him, so I'm hoping the next book's going to be about her helping him.
Yeah, we get a little bit more from her.
Yeah. Let me see what's I can't remember what the next book is. Okay, let's see. Okay, Mountain in Memory. Mountain Earth. So it has to be his book.
Right, we talked about this.
Yeah, in Memory. What the fuck is that? Again, we thought it was a Veritor or whatever, an air mage. Who is
Yeah, but
or it was something else.
But Veritors are really strong, so I feel like we would know if there was another one somewhere.
Yeah, that's true.
But I mean, we also didn't know that there were any creatures. Yeah.
Because again, they're so depending on where they are, and if they're part of the Suli.
Yep. Yeah, you're right.
There's a lot to go around, and then we have Fire and Fate.
That's Simul's book. We know it.
We already know that's Simul's book, yeah. Because as we learn, we now know that.
Yeah.
That's everything, but yeah.
I put in here, this one hurt. I know she loves Simul, but girl. Questionable choices.
Very questionable choice.
Another hot take. I think we mentioned it, but and we keep saying this. Wind and Wildfire should be book 4.
Yeah.
Like it's a prelude,
but it should be read.
But it should be read fourth.
Yeah, it should be read after Siren and Silence.
Because I think that's what like knowing how important the fig tree is, and then like Nessa being the one to like bring it back. I don't know. I just loved that.
It made it more meaningful.
Yeah.
Than it would have if you read it first.
Absolutely. You would have like probably forgot by this point.
Yeah. And Omar's death makes it really.
Yeah.
It's more sad.
Yeah, and Kadir's kind of
makes more
response to
sense.
it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Agree.
Yeah. Overall, I think it was a better to read. And then there's more like hints and tidbits about who is this fifth house Chara, and you kind of know after reading. You get the hint after Ice and Ivy. You're like, oh yeah, I think it might be Simo.
Yeah.
And yeah, as we learn, it is. As Amara asks,
yeah,
are you the fifth house Chara?
Yep.
I can't remember what he says.
I don't remember his exact
I don't think
words.
he's like. I don't think he says yes or no, because I feel like again.
It's almost like a look. Like he like gives her a look and she just kind of knows because he can't say it.
Yeah. Well, he doesn't have the ring anymore, right? I don't know.
Maybe the ring wasn't charmed at all.
Something else. Yeah, there's just something else.
Yeah.
It's like I can't tell you because again, keeping in mind, I guess actually, you know what it probably was. Samir's conversation wasn't private.
No.
She was in like the jail.
Yeah, Kadir was right there,
like across the way or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah. So he could hear.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Good book though.
It was a good book, and I, normally we do unhinged Goodreads reviews. There really aren't many.
No, not that many.
There's like 2 1-star reviews with no no words to them.
Yeah.
There's some 2-star reviews. I think a lot of people were upset with the ending.
Yeah. Awful finish.
Yeah.
With no upcoming clarifications.
Yeah. Which I mean that's fine. I actually didn't mind the ending. I think it's setting it up for it to like come full circle.
Yeah. Not to say I wasn't frustrated.
I was frustrated for sure, but I think like Samira, she just loves him. But why, you're right. Why did she also let Kadir out? I don't know.
But you might be right that like, she knew if she let Simo out, he's gonna let
Kadir.
And here's why. Literally because that exact reason Simo would let Kadir out, but she doesn't want Simo to get any more trouble. So she probably did it so that way it looked like it was on her. It was her fault.
Yeah, and she probably knows Naime's gonna just forgive her.
I don't think so. Again, like everything Naime does is she's watched like a hawk. If she lets out Samira for letting go of someone who's
the question is, does anyone else know Samira did it?
Well, they're gonna. I think he was on trial for a death sentence or something.
I know, but is anyone gonna know Samira did it?
Naime. And then the question is, does Naime tell?
Exactly.
I don't know.
Exactly. Girl, I wouldn't tell on you. I'd be like, my lips are sealed. Get your ass out of there.
I can't remember how they leave it. Does Naime leave her? How does it end? Let's look.
We've read some books since then.
I can't remember. I hope this acknowledgement's...
Anyways, J.D. Evans. We need these next 2 books. ASAP.
Yeah. Yeah. Wait, where is it? Oh my god, the last words. Yeah, Naime reached through the bars to clasp Samira's neck, and Samira did the same, their brows touching. I love you the most in the world, Samira whispered. Another sob shook Naime's body. What have you done? I cannot spare you. I cannot save you, Naime says. Last page of the book. Tears welled in her eyes, and her next breath was a sob. I know, Samira said. She was abandoning Naime when Naime needed her most. I don't know if she can get her out.
Samira's not gonna die, right?
I don't think so. I hope not.
Simo's gonna come save her.
One would hope. I also feel like Simo's at this...
Okay, but you know what?
Simo feels like he's gonna be like, I don't deserve Samira.
He's
gonna have one of those arcs.
It also feels like an unrequited love, almost like she loves him, but he doesn't love her, maybe.
No, he loves her. But I think it's in those moments where it's like, I don't deserve you.
That's fair.
You deserve someone who can offer you what you
need
and I can't
Yeah.
do that because of
I'm
how messed up he is.
traumatized.
Yeah, I think it's gonna be one of those arcs where he's like, I don't deserve you, kind of thing. But I think he does love her.
Yeah.
There is supposedly, we need to find it. I'm pretty sure there's like some sort of bonus chapter or something about like a scene between Seymour and Samira that there is out there. We need to find.
Interesting.
What did you read?
There's a 3-star review on here, and it says, when the two main characters are actually together, I really enjoy it. But mostly it's just our poor FMC getting treated like crap and dragged into all sorts of lies and terrible situations. Post-reading notes. Okay, so the MCs I really liked. Writing was gorgeous. I really liked their love stories. But fuck was the overall plot fucking draggy and boring. Here's where I laughed. And Samira is the dumbest of dumb cunts. Like, this massive monstrous POS no longer has anything to lose. He wants the crown. He has a lot of powerful supporters. That's enough shit going on. Naime's dad's dead. Her hubby's missing. They finally get a win. But because you're still in love with your ex, you decided to free him and his dad and his dad's magic supporter and sacrifice yourself and betray your kingdom and essentially your sister best friend queen? That pretty much guarantees everyone has to now suffer a civil war on top of the Blight and the oncoming Republic army and the refugee issue, etc., etc. Because he gave you good dick a while back and now gives you crumbs. Pathetic, disgusting, dumb behavior.
Oh my god, that person was really upset. But I can see where they're coming from. I feel like they were a little harsh. Just a little, but
also
you're so right. Like Naime, oh my god! As soon as she was like, Macrum is missing, like
her dad just died.
So stressed. Dad just died. Macrum's missing. The
now,
Blight.
She knows Kadir's up to something crazy.
The Blight issue.
Yep.
And again, the Republic
army
coming after them.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're in for a treat.
Honestly, yeah. Betraying your kingdom, but also just like betraying your best friend does suck.
Yeah.
Like, I'm sorry. And honestly, agree, girl, because he gave you good dick a while back and now gives you crumbs. I agree. I don't think that's why I say unrequited love. It doesn't really feel like he loves her back. It feels like he, like, deals with her almost.
I don't know. I think he does.
He, like,
I think he
dangles.
does, but he can't. He loves her, but he can't. I think it's I want to believe that
fire
he
and
loves
fate.
her.
What's the fate? What if he just dies?
He can't. He's a Chara. I will shut this book down if Seymour dies. He's a Chara. He can't die, right?
I will shut this book down. I don't know.
Because
they have to stand the wheel.
As we learn, as like like book 1 when people were like talking down to Naime in terms of like, how the heck are you gonna? There's no way you're going to, stand the wheel. There's no way you're gonna do it. She's like, well, I know for a fact we have the water Chara here in our town. Like, I know she's here. And he's like, so just because there's a water Chara doesn't mean everyone else. And she's like, actually, yes. That's what the wheel does. Like, it's fate. All Chara exist at the same time.
Yeah.
So you can stand the wheel.
Yeah.
Oh, God. We'll find out.
Yeah, we will.
We'll find. Don't know when. JD Evans, you got an update? Let us know.
We need an update. Because we are ready for the other 2 books.
Yeah.
That would make the start of my year.
When did this book come out? Let's look. This came out 2023. When did okay, wait. We can do some math on this. When did Siren and Sound come out? Ooh, that's not looking too promising. Okay.
Oh, God.
Siren Sound came out in May 2020. Ice and Ivy came out 2023. 3 years? 3 years. Okay, wait, let's look. Storm and Shield. I'm gonna do more math. Oh, wait, what? Okay, Storm and Shield was published February 2020. These might not be accurate.
I mean, when did Wildfire was published? December 31st, 2020.
Yeah, these were all published. Wait, what? Rain and Ruin was January 2020, February 2020 for the next book, and then May 2020 for Siren Zion, and then August 2023 for Ice and Ivy. I'm confused. I don't know. All I know is we need the next one because
We need the next two because
We need
I
the
need
next
that
two.
last book
yeah.
badly.
What's gonna happen?
I don't know.
Seriously.
Going into our star rating.
Yes.
So I think I said I gave it 5. I did give it 5 stars on Goodreads. If you see, there will be 5 stars there.
Yeah.
But I think it's a 4.5.
Agreed.
Wind and Wildfire is a 5.
Yeah.
This one does come very close for me though. I love Nessa and Ashan.
Yeah.
I really do. I think that she really makes the book. I think her whole personality is amazing. And everyone she like comes into contact with is great. So I love that part of the book.
Mhm.
I also I kind of liked the ending being set up the way it was.
It sucked.
It sucked, but it sets it up for the next book.
You're like, all right, what's gonna happen?
Yeah. What's next?
I feel like it sucks that Macrum's missing. That sucks.
That does suck. He'll be back.
I hope.
Maybe he's, I don't know what he's doing.
It seems like he's probably stuck in some sort of like mage sleep or something. If he was able to come to Nessa.
When she was unconscious.
Yeah, when she broke the things.
Yeah.
So something. Yeah, I think 4.5. I think I gave it a 4 on Goodreads. I rated down because it was good, but comparing it to like Rain and Ruin and Wind and Wildfire, I think it was good. I would say 4.5 feels pretty right for this book.
Oh.
Yeah, we were just given so much more information about where everything's heading. Now we know the answers to things now, for the most part.
Yeah.
Which is nice. We know what's going on.
I will say that this entire series is underhyped.
Oh yeah.
It needs
For sure.
It needs more supporters behind it. Like
It'll pop off soon, I betcha. Just
I agree.
a few more people need to read it, a few more people need to post about it
I do
online.
think it's really interesting though because like none of the books have low star ratings. Like Ice and Ivy has 4.5 stars.
Mhm.
And let's look here.
The lowest is like a 4.1, maybe 4.2.
Wind and Wildfire 4.52.
Yeah.
Siren and Scion has 4 stars, 4.07, which makes sense to me. It was my least favorite.
Yeah.
Storm and Shield has 4.1, and Rain and Ruin has 4.2.
Yeah.
So I kind of think these last 2 books, like Wind and Wildfire and Ice and Ivy,
They're gonna pop off.
are better than the other ones. In my opinion, you love Rain and Ruin. I could take it or leave it.
Ice and Ivy's like 4.6. It's got a crazy rating.
4.58.
4.58. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Crazy rating.
That's high.
It
For a book.
is. It is. It's got 1,428 ratings and 223 reviews.
Like 1,000 ratings is diabolical for how good this book is.
I agree.
It needs more.
Agree. That's
Like-
going to change the rating though, because the more people that get on it are going to probably feel like.
Oh yeah, like I feel like that's what happened when we read A Fate Inked in Blood.
Yeah.
I feel like we were early adopters. We
Yep.
read it early, and then I was like, oh man, this is
I think that's
good.
what's going to happen with Metal Slinger too.
Where it's like high ratings and then more people read
Yeah.
it and then low
Drops
ratings.
off a little maybe.
Yeah.
Or it gets more, I don't know.
TBD.
But yeah, I think that this book is this whole series is so underhyped.
So.
And maybe because J.D. Evans is an independently published author, not like mainstream,
Yeah.
but so worth it. Read
So worth
these
it.
books.
Yeah. Well, this has happened before where like Spark of the Everflame.
Mm-hmm.
We read that in March of 2024.
Mhm.
We read that very early before it was like pop. We read it when it was on Kindle Unlimited.
Yeah, and it's no longer on there.
Yeah. So I
Yeah.
wouldn't be surprised. Follow along. I can't wait to see. Like I can't wait. This book will pop off at some point. It will.
Yeah.
It has to.
I agree.
And I can't wait to see everyone's reactions and like start seeing it more
Yeah.
on Book Talk for sure.
I agree.
Because it's gonna make me feel like, yeah, I agree with that too.
Yeah,
Yeah,
we've been there.
we've been there. So,
Yeah.
overall, great read. Can't wait to see what happens next.
Agreed.
Nervous, actually, for what happens next.
I'm not nervous, but I'm just ready to know. I want to know like how Seymour turns out. I really do.
Yeah.
That's what I'm most important. Like I might care about the most. Also, where's Macrum?
I wonder if we'll open with the Macrum POV.
Maybe. I also wonder if we'll like get more about like how they're connected subconsciously. That would be interesting.
That would be cool.
Like maybe they can like talk to each other.
Yeah, it seems like it from that one scene.
Yeah. Interesting.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, well, thanks for joining.
Thanks for joining. Whenever these next 2 books come out, we'll continue on with this series.
Oh.
But
100%. Until then, we're going to start reading some other stuff. If you have any books that you would like us to read,
any good series?
Yeah, any good series, drop them below. We'll take a
Any
look.
other content that you'd like to see from us? Yeah, let us know. We are open. It is a new year.
New ideas.
Mm-hmm.
We're here.
Same us.
Same us. Yeah, we have not changed.
No,
Not much.
not much.
Mm-mm.
All right.
Besides our reading goals, that's the only thing that's changed.
So, like, comment, subscribe. We're also going to be dropping our best of 2024. So, check that video out.
Stay tuned for that.
And we'll see you next time.
All right. Bye.
Don't play.
Wait, what? Why is my phone not on?
Don't play. Don't play.
What the fuck? I was recording. I literally checked it. I was like 8 minutes. Great. Am I not plugged in? No, I'm plugged. Why is my phone? My phone is not turning on. I swear to God.
I swear to God.